for somebody like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, maybe they don't necessarily talk about manifestations, but what they had even early on, it's the knowing. Like, I'm going to be successful. There's no way. And I had this same knowing, even looking back when I wasn't even very intentionally visualizing. I remember we had our first podcast for children, which eventually ended up having 12 million downloads. It was very successful, and it brought us a lot of business and a lot of brand recognition. When we started creating that podcast, for some reason, I had a very strong knowing that we're going to be number one on the charts of Apple Podcasts. And I had such a strong knowing that I was telling everybody, this is amazing. Like, what we're making is amazing. We're going to be number one. And we were. On that day when we were released, we're number one on Apple Podcast charts. The knowing gives you the energy, the vibration. So it's the same result. That is conviction. And visualization helps you get there. Because by having that mental imagery, you are convincing yourself when you start visualizing. The first time you do it, it's hard because you're like, I can't even really imagine this happening to me. This is so big. Oh, you imagine it, but you don't get the feeling because it's so distant. But the more you do it, you're immersing yourself in that reality, and then you start believing that it could be true. And then you start believing more and more and more, and then you start knowing, and that's when it happens to you.